check that the technology wants to work.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it doesn't.
No.
We're flying. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So, who do you currently hold credit cards with?
Two credit cards, Marbles and Capital One.
Capital One.
Yeah.
And do you remember why you selected these?
Yeah, basically because unfortunately my credit rating was poor because of like the past, about 20 years. So I've been repaying my credit, and then I think when I got a new phone contract, I thought, well, just to help things through, because even 5 years before, the cost of living was going up a bit, so just for emergency, so I applied for them ones. But that's why. So that's why I got those two on there.
Okay. And kind of, what are your thoughts on the service that Marbles and Capital One provide?
Yeah, it is very good. I mean, I've got, if I split the two, Marbles, I do a lot of it because of my visual impairment. It's quite good to do things online. Even, I mean, when they first sent through the first statement, their policy, which is probably important if you guys are going into this thing, to always be mindful about, it's just not sighted people who use it. And they did. I said to them, can you send a statement in large print?
Yeah.
And then I switched to online, because I use it. I use my computer for everything to see online. Yeah. So, but it's good for them to actually acknowledge they can send things in large print as well. So I think that's just in case. It's an oversight. You'd be surprised how many people don't do that. How many companies don't do a large print service.
Just on, because like that's something that we're always looking to improve, is accessibility.
Yes.
Just on that, like, how often would you use kind of your mobile to kind of help you with things with your site?
Literally every day. Okay. Every day.
And could you give me like an example?
Well, to check my emails, use Google Maps to get here, plan the routes. I also use, I use it also to I've got apps for my bank and credit cards as well.
So how do you find using your banking apps with your vision impairment?
Very good. The only thing, which is fair enough, is setting up the security, because it's very tightly done. But yes, I had no problem. Also, I had a problem. Well, actually, no, it's not a problem. I had a bit of a dispute with a subscription service which I didn't want to use, and they kept trying to access my Capital One account, and I spent half an hour speaking to a very nice guy on the phone, explaining the situation, and it was sorted out okay. But I can refer back to, because I've got the Capital One app on my phone, the mobile app, and it's quite good at actually detailing like the statement, so I could tell them exactly where the transactions and explain the things for that. So definitely a good benchmark, and what the app was compatible with my phone. I've got an Android phone, and because I've adjusted it so I can actually see the screen, it's no problem actually using it. So I would say, I'm not telling you to do your job, but basically to make it obviously mobile compatible, so it can be resized to different things instead of just one. Because sometimes when programmers, web designers, because I've done a bit, sometimes they have a fixed font size. It's like titchy, and even if you trying to zoom it up, you still can't see it. You see, so it's got to be a scalable font.
Okay. So what's your kind of knowledge and how you think having a credit card affects you financially?
Well, my purposes were it was just for predominantly for like unexpected payments, if you say, or like for instance, if like say my computer or my phone, well, about a year ago, my phone sort of went up in smoke, and I had to get one quite quickly, and that's when I've used funds to actually buy like a refurbished phone quickly, because I'd used all my money for other things already. So that's what I used it for.
What about kind of credit scores and how having a credit card kind of affects your financial landscape?
Um, well, well, the- um, as I said before, it took me about nearly 20 years to prepare it, and then I think about 2014. No, sorry, 2017. Sorry, 2017. I was speaking to EU, which I had a contract. I had a pay-as-you-go SIM-only thing, and they said, "We can do this deal." And I said, "Well, I'm not." Obviously, I was like trying to repair my thing. I was a bit mindful if I did get a proper contract and it gets rejected, it might affect my thing. And he assured me it didn't, and it was fine. So that's when I thought, well, it seems like my credit's been repaired, and that's when I started using applying for the credit cards. Now, just as a side note, both of these ones are not. Unfortunately, well, because of my status, they're quite high interest. Well, sorry, I was a bit slow. The marble one is quite high interest, but the reason I got the marble ones was to save it up for my 50th to go to New York. But the APR, I sort of was aware of it, but I thought, well, so long that I stick to pay, it wasn't like paying it off, but basically make sure I hit the minimum payments for things if I did use it. But I was trying to keep that in reserve for things like that. The capital one, they just said, and I'm still on it now, because of my situation. I'm stuck on a £200 limit, which is fine, but I'm able to like sort of put money on it just in case I need it. But sometimes it's not a there is like a repayment, but it's not like a massive one on it.
Yeah.
But I'm probably
Okay.
yeah.
No, that's really
trying
useful.
to give a bit of background on.
Um, do you have any insurance products currently?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm. You don't want to.
No, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, no, the reason why I haven't got an insurance thing, because I think, to be quite honest, for instance, like home insurance, I'm in quite a secure place, and to be quite honest, I haven't got many like valuables. They could take my computer because I'm ready to get a new one, so it's not, and I've got everything backed up, but there's nothing of real value, so I don't see the point of actually paying £30 or £40 a month for that.
What about life insurance?
I keep thinking about that, but because I've got no dependents, I'm single, no children. I thought, well, it's not really high on the list. If I had someone, actually dependent on that, I would have actually got it. Like my brother's got children, and he's got it, but I don't see. Again, I think it's not for me, for my sort of status, really.
Mm-hmm. And how would you feel about being offered life insurance through your credit card or banking provider?
I wouldn't object to the service, if the service was actually there, but it wouldn't give me an incentive to go for it. But other people could use it because I think, in my opinion, if I was to use it, I would be more what's the word? I would feel more happy with that rather than some. Well, if you just go back in 1991, there was a company called Irish Life. I don't know if everything's still going, but I felt I sort of got conned into a life insurance. He was trying to make it like a pension, but it was actually a life insurance thing. I realised after a couple of months, cancelled it. I did get the thing back, but I wasn't happy about. It was just a one person, just basically looking to get his commission.
Yeah.
Really. When like the financial service is like a respected, financial provider.
So you'd be happier because it's a.
Yes, it's not sort of. Obviously, there will be people, but if I've got the option, if like say you sent me an email saying we also do life insurance, I might go okay and inquire about it, but I would think it's more regulated than one man and his dog, if you know what I mean.
How much would you expect to pay for something like that?
What for monthly?
For monthly life insurance?
I would say probably, if I was really serious, between probably £30 and £50 a month, really.
30 and 50. If you were offered this for £15, how would you feel?
It would be tempting, yes. it would be. I suppose, to be quite honest, my situation, because I'm like on a part-time basis, you see, it's basically income. But if it was, if say I got a more full-time job, maybe that would become. I mean, 15 is quite a. I think that's quite a reasonable sum. I mean, that's just over 150 quid so a year, so that's not too bad. It's better than what I've seen quotes for, really.
Okay. Sorry, the text.
That's right.
It's, okay, sorry, 1 second. I'm going to stop the streaming. There we go. That should be it now. Okay, perfect. So yeah, kind of tempting for £15.
Yeah. I mean, that's quite a good starting point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, I wouldn't lie about that. I think that's quite a good price. I think it's especially this at the current situation. I think that would be quite appealing to a lot of people. Because if you, to be quite honest, I could go for 2 pints and that'd be the same.
Yeah. How do you think you would apply for an additional service like this?
Well, I would probably, in my head, what would be easier if there was like a link, like for instance, with Capital One and Marble, because I've got like the app and I actually do it online. They do send like a newsletter and statement and things like what's going on. They have got side issues on the side. So if there was like a link, which would take me to their website to actually apply on a form, that would be probably the easiest thing. If I don't need to speak to someone, ideally that would be fine. But because I feel I would be more in control of what I'm prepared to pay, be able to, have my own piece with no bias, if you see what I mean.
If you, how would you feel about speaking to a broker in this sort of situation? So you dealt with a broker, contacted the company, then spoke to a broker.
I still think I would be a bit, because going back to like the Irish Life broker, I think that to me, I'm a bit cynical. I think they obviously got to push their product for their company. So, and that word upsell, because I've worked in, you know, the sort of recruitment business as well. So I know about upselling things as well. So I would prefer to do it online. In fact, when I applied for my Capital One and Marble thing, I didn't speak a single person. So that's the way I like that sort of way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
The way I look at it, if there was a problem with the service, I would naturally speak to customer service rather than a broker, if you see what I mean. So that's how I look at it in that sort of way.
okay, we're just gonna have a look now
Yep.
at something on the phone. Sure, let's get this. Check this is working. There we go. Yeah, sorry. Okay,
Okay.
so
Yep. I can see that. Okay.
can you see that okay?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
that's okay, perfect. So we're going to look at now at the Onmo app.
Right.
I just want to remind you that this is a prototype. So again, if you can't see anything,
Yep.
let me know.
Yep.
It's obviously difficult because this is again
Yeah.
a design prototype, so we can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to enlarge things, but yeah.
Do you want me to?
Yes, it's all
give
interactive.
Give you a bit of commentary on
Yeah.
on first impressions.
Yeah, and what do you think of the kind of
Okay.
colours that we're using, things like that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so I'd like you to imagine that you've recently applied for an Onmo credit card. You've been using it for some time now,
Yep.
making transactions,
Yep.
and you log in to view your account one day. That's fine. Oh, it's your alarm. Sorry.
Sorry, I thought I'd switch my phone off.
Oh, don't worry about it, it's fine.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, what I was going to say first of all, I like the colour straight
Okay.
away, and also as a visual impairment person, like sort of, because these glasses are for distance, because I'm blind in the eye,
Yep.
got low vision in the eye, so close up, that's I can read that. Lovely font. That's very good. Yes. Yeah. And with the help of my phone, I can probably see just about. It says we are on the move. No, we're on the something.
Okay.
Yeah, but first impressions.
You can see it.
Yes.
Okay, that's fab.
Yeah.
So you'd like to log into your app.
Okay. So do you press that button there?
So where would you press?
The join.
So you're already a customer at this
Oh
point.
right, so you press the login. Yeah, the login's down below.
Okay.
The text is a bit small, but yeah, it could be a little bit bigger, but that's just myself. But as I said, with my phone, I could probably adjust it. But it's funny enough, this phone is nearly the same size as my phone, so that's probably why I'm liking it already. So do you want me?
Yeah,
to
it's
press
interactive. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't need to.
Right. Okay. No. Okay. So we've got the standard white background, black writing, which is good.
So what's happening here?
Right. Okay. We've got straight away here. I think it's. Is that like my imaginary credit limit? Or,
Yeah. So this. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It looks fairly. Compared to the Capital One, it's nice. It's less cluttered. It's what I don't know if you know the thing in design thing. It's quite clean. It's very clean. I like the white background, black thing. No, the one thing for like visually impaired people, if you had put like blue or yellow or some horrible pink or whatever colour, no, straight white background, black text.
Okay.
Absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm quite curious at this thing here. Is that?
So I can see it. You don't need to show me.
Oh,
so.
sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I can see it here.
Sorry. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But is that like sort of imaginary copy of my what my credit
So
card
this
really like?
this is
Yeah.
imagine fake data. So
Yeah,
you've been
okay.
using your card for some time now.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
And-
sorry,
and I know-
sorry, I'm just gonna change the
sorry.
setting on the prototype.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm just gonna turn
So-
no. Oh.
Oh.
Turn off hotspot. There we go. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, and I know it's yeah. Of course, it's showing like the backs. I quite like that because it's sort of it's a nice little reminder because it's a bit of a psychology thing. It's like, yes, that's my card, you know, and you feel good about it. I like how it shows.
Sorry, you did,
Oh,
just
sorry.
if you keep it underneath there,
Sorry.
just
Sorry.
so we can see.
Yeah,
I
so
can see here.
yeah.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, yeah. As I say, I like the prominence from the credit card, and it's and then it shows a quick summary of transactions. I can see Amazon, TFL. Yes, I like the first impression. Yeah, I like that. It tells you straight away what you spent recently, what you got left, what your credit limit is. I'm very.
So, can you tell me what some of the numbers at the top of the page mean?
Ooh. Obviously not the clock.
No. So, like underneath the card, see, there's a couple of.
Right. Well, the first one I think is, as I said, I might have to look carefully. It looks like the credit, the 8,700. No, 870. Is that the credit limit? I can't sort because it's got right in above and right in below, so it's a bit faint. But I'm guessing it's sort of the. What is that? Yeah, I'm just having a little bit.
Okay.
Trying to zoom in and sort of see what the numbers are referring to. I can just about see credit something, but I assumed the first one is the limit, but it might be what's been spent.
Okay, so you're kind of finding that hard to read.
Yeah, but I did try on your phone to try to
Yeah, it wouldn't.
it won't do it. Yeah, but
Okay.
but I'm still, despite that, I'm still happy about the layout.
Yeah.
Because if I knew what that.
So the
What's
top,
the top one?
the top one is the amount of credit you have available. So
Yeah.
it says available credit,
Right.
and then the one below says balance.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No. I do like the setup. I've got no. As I said, like with my phone, I would do it. But
So for the top one, available credit, what does that mean to you?
that means how much I've got left out
Okay.
my thing.
And balance,
Yeah.
what would balance mean to you? The second number down.
I'm not too. I'm not too sure because that's a bit confusing because I was expecting like somewhere to show like your credit limit so you know how much it is, but I don't know what the back balance is. So the 870 saying that's what's left, but
So what would you think balance means?
See, I'm not too sure. I don't know whether it means that's the full, the full how much I've got left. No, because the 870 is left to spend, but that might mean how much I've spent already, but there's no. It's a bit confusing if you look, yeah.
Why so?
Because I don't know what the balance means.
Okay.
I don't know whether that's like how much I've spent or what it is really. Is I think.
So balance means how much you've spent on the card.
Yeah. Can I make a quick suggestion, which would be quite nice? I've seen it on a few things, and seems to be coming more. Where it says balance, if they can, put a little pop up, tiny little speech bubbles explaining what balance means.
Okay.
That would be quite a nice little feature to put in there.
And you mentioned about finding your credit limit. Is there anywhere here that you think you could select to find that out?
I noticed it's got usually it's 3 lines, but it's 2 lines in the top left-hand corner. I don't know if that comes out with anything. Oh yes, it does. Yeah, it comes out with another menu. So it's got like accounts. So that's probably where I can probably find the information. But on Capital One, it's always present. It always says credit limit £200. It's always present all the time. So just to basically say, well, that's how much you can spend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's your limit, if you see what I mean. But this doesn't really sort of show your limit, you see.
So do you see the words credit breakdown on there?
You've got the transactions at the bottom. What, you mean that other menu?
On the accounts page, do you see credit breakdown?
Oh right, I'm just pressing the accounts.
No, that's fine. It should work if you press back.
Right, if I press back. No, it's not.
Sorry, 1 second. I'll fix that. That is the accounts. That is not being hooked up right. It should work now. So if you
Okay, we'll press back. Oh, yeah, and then cross there and back to here.
so do you see the words credit breakdown?
Not really, no.
So if you look at the available credit.
Yeah. Oh, there it is, yeah. Oh, yes, yeah. It's a bit small,
Okay.
to be quite honest, yeah. Right.
So what's happening here?
I mean, this is quite informative, the credit breakdown, but it didn't really jump out at me, if you see what I mean. And again, it'd be nice to have just a little pop-up just saying details of this. But I suppose there might be the assumption that not everyone... Well, actually, I don't know, because even if you've got an 18-year-old who's actually managed to get credit, and that's probably the most dangerous time, I know that myself, at least if they can see, well, okay, I can... It might make it a bit more financially responsible, if you know what I mean.
So if you go back onto your credit breakdown,
Yeah.
Can you talk me through what you see here?
Right, okay. So this is a bit more explicit about showing the credit limit, and I like the green sort of bar showing how much you got left on there. So that's quite a good graphic just to quickly show you. Okay, I might be reaching my credit limit. I like the summary breakdown. That's quite informative, and also it's quite good that it's out of the way from the main screen, because I think that would definitely clutter up. Probably Capital One, they put everything on the front screen rather than in a separate area. So I like that. I like how it's done. It tells me straight away what my situation is, and obviously update every time. And I think that'll make people. I think it'll make people hopefully a bit more financially responsible, really.
So can you talk to me about the button options at the bottom?
Yeah. Right, so you got, was it add? Right, that doesn't say anything there. Right, I can't, I'm just trying to read, is it saying make, the actual blue button, with white background, which is fine, but it's got make a payment, which is, that's good. I like that. That's because sometimes, and I've had it before, I've got like an unexpected windfall or something like that. And what I do like about Capital One is that, because a lot of other apps sometimes are quite rigid, saying you must do a minimum or whatever, or this sort of thing. You can actually do other payments. So if you get say, I don't know, a bonus, you can do that straight away. And
so what about the other button?
The other button, I just try to press that. And
so what does it say?
it says something about is it add something?
So it says add to calendar.
Mm.
What would you expect that to do?
Probably as a reminder, you know, to sort of setting up a reminder, say I've got to pay something on the 14th or something like that, so you don't miss a payment, or if you've agreed to do something like that. So I think again, it's good. It's a good way for people to be financially responsible.
Would you use something like this?
I probably would, yeah, because as I said to people, you can't keep everything in your head. So it's I use Microsoft To Do thing all the time, so it just comes out with all. I think it's good to have it. The only thing is, I don't know. Well, it's very neat, but if they could actually make a payment a bit more brighter, the white payment on there, but it does look okay. I mean, it's in a good position.
Okay. We're gonna look at. I'm just cautious of
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
so
yeah,
we're gonna look at something else now. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna change the journey. We can come back to this.
But overall, I do like the whole design of it.
So I would like you now to imagine that you have a credit card repayment coming up, and you need to make your repayment manually.
Yep.
You normally make your repayments manually via the Onmo app. So you receive this notification.
Yep.
You can pick it up.
Yep.
Easier, sorry,
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what this notification is telling you? So obviously the Onmo notification.
Yeah, the Omno. Yeah. You might have to just read that out to me.
Okay, so it says this month's minimum payment for your credit card is due tomorrow. Tap to pay now.
Okay.
So what's that telling you?
Well, that's telling me. Well, it's basically give me prior warning that, you know, please don't miss your your payment.
Yeah.
Quite like that actually, but not being cynical, can't people turn off notifications as well?
So, is there any other way you would want to? Is it what else would you like to see Onmo do to ensure you make your payment?
Well, on my Capital Wallet, if I am getting near to say my limit, I get an email saying you get nearer to. So it would be a similar sort of thing. If you send an email, just as a friendly reminder, you need to do your payment thing, because I think we've become a bit notification, overwhelmed now. So, but I suppose you've got the option to either have it on or not. But it's a very handy thing. Just again, you can't keep everything in your head. So
if you tap the notification, the second one.
Yep.
So could you tell me how much you owe and when it needs paid?
Yeah, that's a good question. Right, got transactions. That's saying how much is left. No, it doesn't actually show.
Is there anywhere else you think you could find that information?
It might be back on the credit breakdown. I don't know. I'm looking for something like due payment or due. What's that? There's something saying due something right at the bottom.
So it says due date. Due
date, yeah, and then minimum. Oh yeah, it's down on the credit break. Yeah, I found it. Yeah. I don't know whether that might need to. See, I'm quite happy where it is. It's quite a nice area on there, but it's down to the individual. I mean, I quite like that because it's actually there on there. So, and then you've got to make payment near to it as well. So I think it's in a very good position.
Okay, so if you just tap out of the credit breakdown.
Yep.
Top. So tap the X. Other side.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
right.
and then So I'd now like you to imagine that some days have passed and you're still unable to pay your bill. You were due to pay it yesterday, and you open your phone and you see this notification. So I can read it out to you. So the notification says your payment is now overdue. So what is that telling you?
Yeah, well, you need to do it quite urgently. Just a sort of side comment. Maybe it might be best to change it to red, because red seems to always get people's attention, you know.
Okay, so say you're in a position to not pay yet, what would you do and why? That's well, usually what happens, and that's what, because Capital One actually, because of this problem with this subscription thing I had, they actually called my number. Well, it was an automated number and said, please call on this 0800 number. So you would just wait for a call from the provider?
Yeah, that's. Okay. Basically, the standard fee shouldn't be ignored, but I know some people. In my experience, I know people, and even myself, you get a bit like sort of frightened to actually call them, but I found out the best thing to do is actually speak to people, and to be quite honest, compared to 10, 20 years ago, the customer service people are very friendly. They want to help, you know, they don't want you to be, you know, they put you at ease quite well. So I think it's definitely, a phone call would need to be activated or some sort of contact really. But
so you mentioned that you said you would get frightened to call. Could you elaborate that a bit more for me?
Well, it's probably usually, I think unless you speak to the first time, you're thinking, well, you feel if you feel you got a genuine reason why you can't pay, you got a feeling that, you know, that and this is just based on past history, that you're going to get like people kicking down your door and all that sort of stuff like that. But it's not like that anymore. You know, they're actually quite. They are very reasonable, and they do. You know, there's no judgmental call. It's like, you know, to say, well, what can you afford to pay? You know, they will ask, like, well, for the moment, you know, we'll ask you not to use your credit card. Yeah, for the moment, and if it's ignored, they will suspend it anyway. But
so you could tap that notification.
yeah, okay.
So what's this page telling you?
Oh, right, now something's changed. That's bit like my red text. It's come up with a nice little background, sort of highlighting you need to address this problem, this payment straight away. So I think it's not like bashing you over your head, but it's trying to, like, say, come on, you know, we need to get this fixed.
Okay.
So I like that. It's not, you know, as I said, it's not putting the fly to it, it's just say, look, you know, you need to address the situation.
Okay. So one more time. So that's again. You get another notification.
All right, okay.
And you're still unable to pay. You're kind of starting to be in some financial difficulties. So you see this notification, and the notification says it's your last day to avoid your account going into arrears. Please let us know if you cannot pay. We're happy to help.
Right, okay.
What does that notification make you think?
They're being, you know, they're not being Mr. Nasty or whatever. You know, they're trying to say, please. I think what would help is actually put the phone number there, so so you can call them, you know, you'd be amazed how many people actually might call and go down that route. But I think it's a, you know, you know, even speaking to people in the past who've had problems with this sort of thing, I think it's that first initial phone call just to get through. But I think it's still a friendly tone, and I like that. But as I said, it's probably down to the individual whether they actually take action before. You know, you give them plenty of warning before they actually will. Well, initially suspend the card, you know, stop them doing anything else. But yeah.
So what would you expect to see when you tap on the notification?
Okay.
So before you do it, what would you expect to see?
I would expect that probably to go the same place as the last message.
Okay.
So shall I do
Yeah,
it?
yeah, of course.
Okay. Yep. No.
So
No, it didn't. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's there. Okay. Yeah.
so what's this page telling you?
Yeah, it's got this message, but I'm just wondering the bit below in the it's like sort of white. There's something about.
So it says,
Tell-
tell us if you can't pay now.
Right, is that if I press that?
So where would you expect that to take you?
Well, either to like a page which has got a number, or actually starts. You know, I think you can program it so it actually goes to your phone and brings up the free phone number so you can call. So.
Okay.
Because it's not, unless it's, I know it's a prototype, unless it's going to go somewhere to, if I was doing this, I would press that and then hopefully it brings up the phone number. So,
Okay.
because there's nothing worse trying to find the actual customer service number to do that. That's based on like electricity, which is obviously another hot potato, but yeah, that would be useful.
So could you tell me, so I don't know if you can read the message that says your credit card's monthly payment is overdue and a late payment fee has been charged. So how do you think you'd find out how much your late payment fee is?
I would assume, well, it might be in the credit breakdown and extra bits been added. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, there you go. So, I like how it's highlighted. Obviously, the discrepancy, what's going on. So, late payment fee. So, yeah, that again, I like this how it's been. Yeah.
Okay.
Done there.
So if you could go back to the accounts page.
Yep.
And then just one more.
All right, back to you.
So again, you find yourself in some really troubling financial difficulty, and you're unable to pay your credit card bill at all this month. So you receive this notification on your phone, and it says your account has gone into arrears. This will adversely affect your credit score. Please get in touch if you're struggling to make a payment.
Yeah, so it's the same thing again. You guys have been very nice, but again, hopefully they will react to that. So if I press that, again, it comes through to the main bit, but it's also come up with something across the card. So it's really trying to get your attention. What's it say?
So it says your card has been locked.
Yeah.
Is what you would expect?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they've had a few chances. Yeah, I think that's, and I like how it's gone across the actual card, because as I said right at the beginning, just seeing the image of your card, it gives that sort of nice feeling, if you know what I mean, a splendid feeling. But now, so you want to get rid of that sort of thing, and that will stay there until you sort it out, really.
Can I ask what's your understanding of the word arrears?
I would say definitely missed the minimum payment. Because you've actually gone into a contract with the provider saying I will at least pay the minimum payment which is requested. So yeah, that would be That's how I look at arrears.
Okay. So could you tell me how much do you think you are in arrears by, and where do you think you'd find this information out?
Well, hopefully it's in my favourite place, the credit breakdown. It would be. Can't really see it well. Oh, is it? In arrears, yeah, but that's not highlighted, is it? It's got a little thing next to it. It's above the late payment fee, but at least it shows how much you are in arrears. So if they can fix the problem, fix the account.
So how much do you think you owe Onmo?
So that's is that 100?
Sorry, you're struggling to read it, or?
Yeah.
So it's.
So you got your minimum payment.
Mm-hmm.
Now that looks like it's gone up.
Why do you think it's gone up?
Because it's including the late fee and the arrears as well. So just to repair the account, it's gone in there. So as I said, I like where the minimum payment is, and it's next to make payment. So it's really there's no excuses to see not to know. Without even speaking to someone, you can actually see straight away what you need to do.
Yeah. At this stage, what do you think Onmo could do for you? Let's say you can't make your payment this month at all, and you contacted Onmo. What kind of services would you expect them to provide for you?
Well, hopefully they might do like a credit holiday or something like that. Basically saying, well, if you can, obviously we suspended the card, but if we can, if we can enter an agreement of, like, say you've got 90 days to find that amount to sort it out, that would probably ease the stress on a lot of people. I think you have to get involved in some negotiation and just say, well, what can you afford this time on there? But I think there's always a proviso that, if you say, well, I can afford to, say, do half, I can just about do half, to say, okay, but it's a bit of a sticky situation. But I think the thing is, the credit card can't be released until it's actually repaired back to how it is, really, which I think is a fair thing to do it, really.
And what would you expect to happen if you just continue to owe this money?
Well, from my knowledge, I think they're just like, I think that's when they start saying, well, we're going to have to do. I know some credit cards or other ones like say, well, we might have to send it to the debt collectors, but from my experience, that's like literally his last resort to do that. But I do know the financial providers will try every bit to try and contact via email, text, phone, whatever, just to actually speak to the person. But if not, it will unfortunately have to go down that sort of route on there. But I think, from my experience, it's sort of literally last minute, on there.
Okay. So I'm just going to take us back to the main page. Yeah. So I just want to kind of get some follow-up questions about your experience looking at this today. So how would you describe your overall experience kind of looking at the app today? Again, this is all fully interactive. Feel free to explore some more.
This. Yeah. As I said, I really, as a, I think it's good that whether it's part of the design process, but it is very accessible, very friendly. I like. There's no clutter in the background. I can work out the things on there. There's a few things which I would say would be nice to have, like for instance, like certain terms like balance and credit breakdown. If it's got a little helpful, because because I've worked like doing digital inclusion for elderly and disabled people, sometimes they don't know. They have a new smartphone and they use like an app and they say, well, what's that about? So it would be nice. It would make the experience better.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I think on it. The colour, as I said, the colours are fine. The font's fine. I've got it's probably one of the best. I mean, I've done in the past other like mobile and websites, and some of them, I think people don't know what they're doing, and there's no like flowery design. It's just straightforward, serious. This is your app, and I think people get to the point to it. I really like the credit breakdown. That's so good to do that, and it fits nicely on the screen as well. So very happy with that.
Okay.
I can't think of any real negatives. It's just really extra suggestions, really. But I like the image of the card as well. I think that's a nice. It's just basically it's like this is my credit card. I enjoy using my credit card, so it's a nice subtle way of doing it on there.
Could you show me how you would make a repayment against your credit card quickly?
So I'll go to make a payment, and
so let's say you wanted to make a custom amount. You want to make £20 towards your credit card bill.
Yeah. Now on Capital One, this is where it comes up with saying other payment. This has just got the fixed amount, unless it's
So is there any other options you can see for make a payment?
Something at the bottom saying something about if I press the bottom button, but I think is that a revised payment?
So is there anywhere you could see that you would make a custom payment?
No, I didn't. I'll just go back a minute. I was just looking at.
So do you see any of the options at the top?
The bit. I think they need to be a bit bolder white. Yeah, no, I didn't. See, my eyes got drawn straight to the 96 quid. So it's got minimum payment. Yeah. Oh, there you go. So it's got full balance. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's say you wanted to pay £20 towards your bill.
Then the keyboards come out, which is nice. Oh, hang on.
And then?
No, something went a bit wrong there. So, custom. So I typed the number 2.
Yeah, so if you just press the keyboard, and then what would you do next?
Then go down to select payment.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I notice it's got a fixed bank thing, which I've got on my.
So let's say you want to use a new account.
All right. Okay. My new account is there. Yeah. So you put in your bits and pieces. Yeah.
So if you tap one of them.
Okay.
What would you do next? So.
All right. So it's got sort code. Yeah. Or that. And then press payment. So it's just confirming all the things that confirm. Oh, so it's done. That's very good. It's very good I quite like the interaction. It's very good. But going back to the bit where I had like the minimum payment, that was, as I said, I was drawn to the thing. I don't know whether to try whether to move it below it. I don't know whether that might work.
Okay. That's good.
It was quite subtle, until like because on the Capital One when it's got like minimum payment and then it's got other payments underneath there, so you can just go. It's sort of in that sort of like a down list rather than a cross.
Okay. Just last question. How would you describe your experience with the product we looked at today?
I like it actually.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but I've never heard of this company before.
It's fine. We're very young.
Oh,
so,
right, okay, yeah. It's,
only haven't been on the market a year, so.
Yeah. So I think obviously campaigns and all of that sort of stuff to sort of get it out there. But yeah, I love this purple black gallery. It's like very. It's only probably because I've got RBS account, so it's sort of similar sort of colours really. It's got that. Yeah. But yeah, it's very nice.
And if you had a magic wand and you could change anything about the app today, what would it be and why?
As I said, the only tweaks I would like is just the little pop-ups really. I've got no. I think it's well designed. Maybe just, as I said, a few things about it, just my own personal preference. But as I said, I can adjust it on my phone. Just maybe the font size, the real small ones, just probably a little bit bigger or even bolder. That's the only thing. But it's a very clean interface, which I really like, and that would definitely appeal to people like myself, visually impaired. Sorry, the other magic one, because it's only because I've become aware of it myself, is that I don't know whether, well actually, no, it wouldn't, because the thing is with like visually impaired and people with hearing loss as well, we've got interactive, we use the accessibility things in the latest phones are quite good, but that's the only thing, just to double check that it's accessibility compliant. That's the main thing.
Okay.
One last sort of question: would there be, because other people say some people still have got phones, smartphones? Would there be like because on my marbles I can go onto like the website and actually log in that way? So
is that something that you'd want to see?
I would like that as well, just in case like. My phone wasn't available, that I'm able to access my credit card via the website. I know a lot of people quite sneakily think, oh, it's old school, but I think it's still quite relevant, really.
That's fine.
Have that option now.
Perfect. Thank you so much for coming in.
No
today,
problem.
Donald. That's been really, really helpful.
Yes, it's
and
been
like
very
I said,
interesting. Yeah.
It's really important. It's something I specialise in, is accessibility. It's really important to kind of get perspective from people who everyone's different. Okay, perfect. I'll take you downstairs now. My next participant is waiting for me. And what will happen is your incentive will be emailed over to you no later than Friday afternoon, but it should be sent tomorrow. So
I really enjoyed it. It's great.
Yeah, brilliant. I like it when people enjoy it. It's not scary at all.
Yeah,
So.
and maybe you might